Hey guys, we're going to demonstrate how we created a fractal. We start out using the circle arc tool, select a center and 2 points. As you can see, point A adjusts the radius of the arc, point B adjusts the size of the arc, and point C adjusts the length of the arc. We then used the dilate from a point tool, where you select an object to dilate, the center point, and enter the factor you want to dilate it to. We used 0.5, 0.7, 0.85, 1.2, and 1.3. You can use any numbers you want to use, as it will fit the different styles that you want to make. We also dilate from the same line and the same point to create something that we were happy with. You can also change the colors of the lines under the object properties, and can also change the line style, as well as the background of the color that we will change later under basic properties. We are now going to create a tool. Under output, we want it to replicate everything, so make sure everything is selected. And under input, we want it to input 3 points, A, B, and C. You can also give yourself helpful hints and to tell yourself what the tool actually does. Now your tool appears up at the toolbar section, and you can test it out.
Okay, so in this part of the video, before we started making the video, we created this basic feather shape that we really liked, but because we created it before we started filming the video, we're just gonna recreate it in this part of the video and show you how we actually made that shape. So as you can see here, we're using our feather tool to replicate that basic original shape, and we're adding it together to make a bigger feather, basically. We're also hiding the points as we go along, as well as the labels, just to make it look a little cleaner. So you can also change the opacity of the line, which is the color, and also the thickness until you're happy with what you have.
Okay, so here is our original feather that we created. So now we're gonna build off this shape because we liked the colors and we liked the original fractal idea that we had here. When we built this feather shape originally, the tool we created to duplicate our basic shape was black and white. So we had to add the colors you see here by hand. As we mentioned, the tool replicates all the properties of your original shape, so moving forward, we decided to make a new tool with the colors. Again, we changed the thickness, and this time decided to change the line style to make it a little more interesting. You'll see here in a few steps.
So here we are just building our second tool, and we decided to call it Color Feather just to make sure we could find it again. And there we have our new Color Feather tool. So here we decided to copy and paste this larger feather shape to help us expand our fractal quickly. There are lots of different ways to copy a shape in GeoGebra. For example, you could make another tool, but for our purposes here, we decided that the simplest way was to just copy and paste it using the basic computer functions. So here we're using that basic tool that we created to replicate our feather shape, as well as the copy and paste tool.
We found this to be the most useful way in creating a larger feather shape. As you can see, sometimes adjusting the feather is a little finicky, so you just have to work at it until you get the shape that you're looking for.
So along the way, you can also see that we're hiding the labels and the points, otherwise it gets pretty crowded. So to hide all the labels and the points at the same time, what you can do is go over to the algebra section and highlight everything you want to hide, right click, and just hit hide labels.
So you keep building until you're happy with the creation that you have made. Again, we decided to turn the background black to make our final fractal stand out. Don't forget to save.
So here we just decided to play with a couple of different line styles to get something that we liked. We found that when the fractal was bigger, we didn't like the broken line as much, and we actually liked the solid line better, but it all depends on what you like aesthetically. It's totally up to you. Okay, so here we're going to zoom into our fractal, and we're going to find our basic little feather shape that we started with. That's the shape that we created the tool for. And as we zoom out, you can see that we have constructed this fractal by continuously repeating and translating that little shape to create something bigger.
Okay, and we decided we wanted to animate our fractal to try and make it sparkle. So we placed points on the different lines at random. Because the rest of our points are hidden, we can select all the points under the algebra section to change their color, size, and style. We decided to choose a diamond shape that you'll see here in a moment.
So as you can see there, we accidentally moved part of our fractal. You can avoid doing that by fixing your objects. We forgot to do that, but if you just right click on the object, it'll be in that little menu that pops up, and you can just click Fix Object.
Okay, so there we just changed all the different sizes of the points and changed it to a diamond. Now we're going to go through and change all the names of the points. That way we know what they're labeled, and then we're going to hide all the labels.
So here now we're going to actually create a button so we can animate our feather. So to do that, we selected the button tool from the menu, the top menu, and you need to tell the tool what you want it to do. So you type in start animation, and in the brackets, we typed in each point that we want to move when you click this button. So right about here, we thought that, hey, that's a lot of work typing in all those points. Maybe you can just use a range of points, and we wanted to see if that would work. So we also want to create a stop button, because we want the animation to be able to stop. So we tell the button what we want it to do by typing in stop animation, and in the brackets you type false. And as you can see, it does not work to type in a range of points. So we went back and created a new button from the beginning, and we typed in every point that we wanted to move. So we also discovered along the way that there's a couple points that we had missed, and you can always add them in later, and you can alter your script in any way just by clicking on the script button under properties. You can also change the speed of the points or of any object that you're animating, and the oscillation.
Here is our final fractal feather with the sparkle animation.
We hope you guys like our video, and good luck making your own fractals.